Hello, hello, everyone. My name is Ruben, and done quite a bit of things. I was 10 years in the entertainment industry as a dancer, dance teacher, and choreographer. Then I got into retail management for 11 years. Then I ended up owning three traditional businesses in construction and screen printing, graphic design. And now I'm into e-commerce and building e-commerce stores. And what a journey has it been in code. So I self-studied for 2.5 years, and I just said, you know what, I'm just going to jump ship and do the boot camp thing. Did a lot of research, and here I am at Ironhack. First ever game project, never done this, never built the game, Canvas, TX, Java, all this stuff. So it was like, okay, wow, this is ending our third week. I'm like, we have how long, how many days? Okay, talk about a JavaScript crash course. I mean, I've seen some online, but they're like 30 days. I don't, it's like, so that was pretty like, okay, a couple of sleepless nights. So I thought about which one do I do? What have I played? I've been big on Xbox and PS4 and things like that, and Halo and Call of Duty and all that stuff, but hello, I mean, you're talking game engines and like, we got how many days? So I figured I'd do something retro, and a lot of retro games that I played growing up. One of them, which was my favorite, was SpaceInvaders. They've been around since these guys were talking about like Galaga and things like that around that time, and there's been a couple of revamps with it and so forth. So I figured I'd give that a shot with the HTML and JavaScript and CSS and all that other stuff, and Canvas CTX, which was like, whoa. So figured I'd go with that. In the game online, just thinking about a retro game with a modern feel. A little twist to it is design it better, artistically, and update the feel for 2018. As I'm also an artist, and I do like a lot of art shows in the Wynwood Miami Art District every other month, and I figured I'd start with that. This is the original and previous artwork for the game in SpaceInvaders that was out for quite some time as like that from the Atari and Nintendo platforms and a few other platforms that I took a look at and see what we can do. So we started with building our own ship because obviously when I researched, and a lot of you guys researched like for graphics for your games and things like that, I hadn't really seen anybody do anything with the Space Invader graphics. I said, you know what, I'll just make a new ship. Thing was, in using Canvas to CTX, I was talking to Nick, and I said, so I got to do this. Like, I was going like line by line by line, and I was like, no way. It's like, no, you use the draw image thing, and you can. I said, what? So I just went ahead, drew one, and then threw it in the JavaScript draw image, whatever CTX function, and boom, there it was. And I was like, whew, okay, I got 2 days left. So, now I got to work on the alien guy, right? So went and made the alien guy, and thank God I didn't have to do this in CTX because the canvas or whatever you want to call it, because I was like, wow, it'd be a year probably trying to do it and learning how to code on this journey. And then I gave it a new name, and it's called, ready? No, ready it's not the name, that's why I'm saying it. Alien Invasion. Because, when you play Space Invader and all these space games, it's like some people ask, well, where are the aliens coming from? It's an invasion, and it's, we got to do something about it. So here's what it kind of looks on a desktop in a browser, little mobile phone and stuff like that. So I wanted to make sure, like, when, people opened it up, it looked pretty cool aesthetically and so forth. Being that I love, graphic design and the arts and so forth, figured I could combine those skills with learning how to code now a little bit. And then this is a full screen version of what it would look like, on a big screen TV or your desktop or whatever you're using mobily or electronically to play with. And then putting it all together, which still involves adding some more features like levels, aliens firing back at the player, adding a second player, and then bonus levels to gain extra points and music. Which I coded a lot of things in the music and the things with players, the aliens fighting back, but it would work, it would stop, it would glitch, it would blink, it would crash. Sometimes it'd just be so I just put it aside and then just stuck with the other stuff. Building all the code, yes, what a journey for something that I've never done in my entire life. and hoping that it works. And when the code doesn't work, why? Checking the file paths, making sure I had those arranged. Semicolons, and then of course, errors and all kind of other things that were just like silly mistakes that I was explaining that as you start to learn more and more code, there's mistakes that you do make really sometimes don't even have to do with your code. You just missed a curly bracket, a parenthesis, a period, or I don't know, something like that. And remembering that JavaScript is so case sensitive. Oh my God, if it's not camel case or it's not, it's just not gonna work unless you're building like a constructor thing or something else. And if you use a capital, it helps people know what you're actually building in your JavaScript. Would I do this again? Yes, it was quite a challenge. It was quite a challenge for me, but it was an experience that I'm looking forward to continuing learning, because in just building this particular thing and think about it, I mean, we only had a little short time. Imagine if we had like a month or 2 months and just starting to learn all this. I understand why those Xbox, PS4 games can take 2 or 3 years, and like hundreds of people are involved in building those games. So that was a pretty cool experience that I look forward to again. And then I have, I'll show you the game now. I'm trying to click on this one. Oh, click on that one. Here's the link for it. That's the link right there. Click on it. So the music part, I mean, I had the music here. I don't know if it's going to play the way it should play here, but it's kind of how it looks there. And then pretty much, it's real easy to play because they're not really killing you right now. So you could like go to town and, and just let them have it and just, whatever. And then, one thing I've been learning in code is sometimes you run into these problems and then it's like, is it a bug or is it a feature? So when you're firing, you can, hook up the little beam where you get this long laser beam, right? And then also you can have this super long beam where, they just have no chance at all. It's a bug, is it a feature? Who knows, right? So once you get done, that's their hive, and all the little green things are the actual aliens. So I was trying to make them come out of the middle and just keep coming at you, but I just did it where they were just set there, and then obviously you get into the refresh game mode, which I just haven't added the button for that yet. But when you do it, click there, then you're back at it again, and that's pretty much it. That's the whole project there. Thank you.